Hi, so this, how are you doing? Welcome tonight. I same hope you all are doing great. Came across a video of a white woman saying that people are asking why she's doing this job. Like she is anti-racist work, that she is at risk being a white woman talking about racism. But black people are they have more, like, they are in more danger talking about it. So if she as a white woman is at risk, so she was saying you can imagine what will happen to a black person talking about racism. Now I am going to say this. So white people knew that you are at risk going out there to fight for them. But they've been calling you, they've been asking you, both white, Asian, and Latino, they've been calling you every day to go out there to fight for them. So they know that if you step out there, something that is not great might happen to you. That's why they've been calling and they've been asking you to go out there. When people show you who they are, do not make excuses for them. I learned this from you people, and this is exactly what this video is all about. Black people have fought tooth and nail, put their bodies all out there to wedge a lot of wars and all that for them. Majority of them are where they are today because black people stepped in. And the reality is that the day black people will step out in this administration to go and protest anything, for now, martial law, because that is something they've been wanting to do since. Let's get into this video.
People worry about me doing this work, but that's kind of why it needs to be done. White people have always been at risk for helping people of color, but think about what that means. That means that people of color are at risk all the time. That fear of what might be done to us is part of what keeps us quiet, even if we mentally support reducing racism and white supremacy. But silence is a luxury of privilege. Black people can't check out. We can, and we do, because it's easy and natural. I'm a behavior analyst. That is how human behavior works. It's how behavior works for all of us animals. We check out of the things that are difficult. We are in a powerful position as white people, however, to support our POC brothers and sisters. Our privilege can be used as currency. From the Underground Railroad to today's social media, white people who step up against racism have always paid a price. Ostracism, job loss, sometimes our lives. Yeah, there's risk in speaking up, but that's part of the privilege we have, to choose whether or not to face it. Because it will take us white people standing up and committing to this work to change the white supremacist foundation this country was built on. During slavery, white abolitionists who participated in the Underground Railroad risked imprisonment or death. After the Civil War, carpetbaggers and scalawags tried to rebuild a multiracial democracy, and the Klan hunted them down. Arkansas Congressman James Hines was assassinated for supporting Black rights. And in the 1960s, people like James Reeb, Viola Liuzzo, and Jonathan Daniels were murdered for standing with Black activists. My friend, Dwight Brown, who is now deceased, was with these people. He literally shared a bed with James Reeb the night before the march in Selma that led to James Reeb's death. Today, that danger still shows up, different form, but the same energy. White people who speak up online get harassed, doxxed, blacklisted. Some lose friends, jobs, even family. But remember this. Black people don't get to log off from racism. If we're tired of backlash, imagine how exhausted to the bone they are from the whole system that they have to live in. We can't let comfort be the reason we don't do our part. Our privilege is the cushion that lets us keep showing up. Let's use it. I'm not an expert, just an avid learner. The references for this post are in the video description. You can plug my username into a search engine to find me if my account here ever goes away. Check the link in my bio to help me out. And most of all, get curious.
The way that many of y'all disproportionately harp on black women is really starting to piss me off. Y'all call yourself progressive, but you engage in the same racist bullshit that our ancestors and our ancestors' ancestors and our ancestors' ancestors' ancestors engaged in before them. Fuck you. I saw a non-black lady. I've seen, at this point, what feels like dozens of videos on my For You page of people, women, men going, you guys were resting. How does it feel now? How does it feel now because of what happened in Chicago? We told you you would be next. I saw a non-black woman say, it's exhausting having to fight for your freedom and your safety. I can see you, ma'am. I can see that you were never enslaved in this country just like me. We have absolutely no business saying this shit. I'm reminded of one of my aunts who used to say constantly, don't start nothing, there won't be nothing. The entire country started shit with black women, and now you are mad that black women have said, okay, we're going to take a step back. Our organization efforts aren't appreciated and our safety isn't considered. We did not consider the safety of not just black women, but every other marginalized community in this country when we refused to vote against the man who campaigned on hurting those people. He campaigned on hurting people. And you said the woman who's not campaigning on hurting people seems just as bad because someone on my phone told me that. The time for unity was then. Y'all have shot the unity that we could have had with the black community by refusing to vote in line with the black community, the majority of the black community. And now y'all are going, why aren't you out here fighting for us in the streets? Y'all, what the fuck? You got people who are head of Project 2025 who have entire degrees studying specifically black Americans and their history. That is what not only y'all fucking weird little freaks who I guess want to see black people get brutalized, that's not just what y'all apparently want, that's what this government wants. And like, I am not telling anybody how to demonstrate, how to protest. I would never fucking do that. But it is very clear from the moment this administration took office, from the moment they started erasing black history, taking the names of black revolutionaries off of history, purging fucking museums, purging records from the military. As soon as they started doing that, it should have been really clear that their goal was to brutalize black people. They wanted 2020 2.0, but this time they wanted to escalate the violence way sooner, because I don't know how many of y'all remember 2020, but many protests were peaceful until cops came and started firing on us. And I know that everybody shits on that Miss Menopause lady who said, I want to see the Trump condos in Gaza. Why would she have fucking said that? I agree. Incredibly distasteful. But y'all spent more time harping on her immediately after an election while she was mourning the future we could have had for both us here, but also Palestinians. And you spent more time harping on that than the man who said he wanted to put condos there. Make that shit make sense. Y'all care more about the way that black people react than the shit that causes them to react. If y'all seriously gave a shit, you'd ask yourself, why the fuck are people saying that they are resting, and what the fuck does that look like? Because not physically putting your body in danger at the demonstration, it's not resting. And even if black women, specifically black people, even if they are genuinely resting, sitting back, sitting this one out, I don't think y'all realize that progressive movements for the entirety of American history have been propped up by black people, by black women. We can't even talk about the fucking suffrage movement and the way that white women getting the right to vote was held up by black women. I swear, y'all are so fucking insidious. If we wanted to see black people at the front of the protest for some fucking reason, we should have voted for the black woman. We should have voted for the woman who warned about the other guy using the military and bolstering up ICE to use the military against private citizens, against American citizens, against peaceful protesters, against demonstrators, against people exercising their constitutional rights. We should have voted for that lady against the man who put out a 900+ page manifesto of all of the ways that he wanted to hurt us. Y'all are acting like the black community in this country has no reason to feel deeply betrayed, and like y'all, like the entire rest of the country doesn't give a shit about their safety and their well-being. And y'all are saying, come put your bodies in danger? What are you talking about? This insistence that because you belong to a marginalized community you need to come fight is literally insane to me. Where is this smoke for white people? Where is the smoke for the white people currently running the government? Where is the smoke for the white men who legislate this shit? The white people that vote for it, the white women that vote for it, the white men that vote for it. Where is it? Why is every ounce of rage that you have directed at black women? Is it possible that y'all are being manipulated?
There is a phrase I want people to understand. There can be no unity without humanity. I'm going to say it again so that other people get it. There can be no unity without humanity. Now, yesterday, I made a video about this purple revolution and how we can't have unity without accountability. After a day or so of my mutuals and other people who I follow talking about this and talking about how the bad faith of this shit just reeks, I am now making this statement. I'm not sitting at the table with any fucking person that does not respect the common humanity of the people they want to unify with. Ever since the 2024 election, what I've noticed on the left is far too many white men, and I said exactly what the fuck I said, and I ain't taking it the fuck back, far too many white men who want us to compromise in order for us to win power. Let me tell you something. I'm not doing it. Fuck a bridge too far. I'm not even trying to drive over the top of that bridge. I'm not. We had David Hogg say we need to reach out to these affected white men. For what? For fucking what? Fuck we reaching out to them for? What are we going to listen and gain from these motherfuckers trying to tell us how we need to get their vote? Fuck them. You had Bernie Sanders saying this shit with identity politics and this, that, and the third. Let me tell y'all something. Identity politics is the thing that we all fucking have. All of us. Farmers have identity politics. That's why they voted for a motherfucker that appealed to them, and now he's fucking raw dog. These poor fucking places that the people rely on TANF and food stamps and WIC and Medicaid and Medicare. All of them had identity politics. They didn't identify with the trans agenda. They didn't identify with the Black Lives Matter. They didn't identify with these things. So they went in and voted for a motherfucker that they swore up and down loved them, and he didn't. They voted with their identity politics. Why the fuck are we over here talking about ours? So I watched a mutual of mine, who has been ringing the alarm about the anti-Semitism underlying this purple revolution. And then she put out a video where she showed it. Went to the person's page, showed all of that shit. Right? What the fuck makes you think I, as a black man, I'm going to sit at a table with a motherfucker that doesn't even respect Jewish people? Are you out of your fucking mind? But that's what we get. You see, the left wants to do a grand gesture to win over people. You don't need a goddamn grand gesture. You need to stay on message. And the message is this. Since I know nobody's going to ask me because I'm not going to be invited to any DNC anything, here is the message you need to hold on to. Ready? Human rights. The Democratic Party, the liberals, the progressives, everything, they have a base that is twice the size of the motherfuckers they're competing against. They do. If they gave people concrete evidence that they give a fuck, we wouldn't even be in this situation. But they don't. Why? Because the donors tell them to reach across the aisle to people that have already told them, go fuck yourself. They're consultants who are paid six figures every year, election year or not, to tell them what they need to do to stay on message in the polls. Tell them they have to reach out to these affected ass people who've already told them, go fuck yourself. Meanwhile, you're ignoring the base that you have here, particularly, and I will continue to say this, black women. They vote overwhelmingly for you. They vote overwhelmingly for your policies. Do you even give them the time of fucking day? Of course you don't. And now there are some people on the other side who are now having buyer's remorse. They're not having buyer's remorse. Something that they voted for affected them. Now they realize, oh fuck, I shouldn't have done this. They're coming into the conversation in bad faith to begin with. If you're not ready to get rid of that Trump hat, not ready to get rid of that 1776 shit, why the fuck am I sitting at the table with you? I don't need to talk to you. You can go over there. Go back. I'm good. Because I stand on the idea that there can be no unity whatsoever unless human rights are first and foremost. Now, the mutuals whose video I was talking about said that a lot of people who are in the Free Palestine movement have slipped their ass right into anti-Semitism, which isn't surprising to me because a lot of people in that exact same movement slip right into anti-blackness and anti-black womanhood like that. And they're still out here thinking they're on the right side of history when they are completely and utterly fucked up. Do you know why the right keeps winning? Because their messages are simple and they give them someone to hate. Simple messaging, someone to hate. Make America great again. Build that wall. Antifa is the enemy. Antifa is anti-fascist. But it's simple. It's 1 + 1 = 2. C spot run. C spot run. That's all it is. So what does the left do? Do they see that and go, that's the most idiotic shit I've ever seen in my entire fucking life? I want better people than those? No. No, they don't. They entertain the idea of unifying with people that 10 months ago voted against everybody and their grandmother. Let's unify with them. Fuck them. No, we don't. No. Because to unify with them, to even come to the table, they don't want you to talk about the identity of the people they want to sit across the table from. I'm a black man my entire fucking life. I'm black man 24/7, 365. My identity is that. When I walk into the fucking voting booth, that's exactly who the hell I am. Why am I compromising that to sit across the table from a motherfucker with a Trump tramp stamp on his ass? The fuck I look like doing that? So that he can tell me I make everything about race? Bitch, because it is. I don't have to make anything about race. Everything is about race. Meanwhile, the people in Washington, D.C. are fucking employees, which I have to keep telling people. They work for us. Our employees play partisan politics with our fucking lives. This shutdown is because the Democrats want to save parts of the ACA or Obamacare for all you idiots. And the Republicans want to gut it to the bone. Of course, they will shut down the fucking government until they get what they want. The other part of that, and the part nobody really wants to talk about, is the fact that they were going to identify trans people as threats, watch lists and shit like that. Democrats like, no, fuck you. But my problem is always going to be this. If you want to talk about the little itty bitty policies, fine. I have no fucking problem with that. I have a belief or not belief. That's exactly what the fuck I got, right? But you're not going to get me to compromise my humanity. Ever. You are not going to get me to compromise my identity. Ever. I do pocketbook issues just like every goddamn body else, but I do them from the perspective of someone who is always routinely fucking looked at as a threat. We got to hear from David Hogg and Bernie Sanders and Bill Maher about a male loneliness epidemic. What the fuck are you talking about? It's a bunch of people that want to be centered. It's a bunch of guys, mostly white men, that want to be centered. And I'm sorry, you either a part of the collective or you can individually get your ass out of my fucking face. The left has a coalition twice the size of the right. We don't have catchy little slogans. We don't. We have concrete evidence that the policies we want to put in place will help all Americans, including the ones that are against us. If that's not good enough to fucking sit and talk about, then there's no reason for me to be there because I'm not compromising my humanity. I'm not going to throw another fucking group under the bus just so I can feel comfortable. That's what the right does. I'm not doing that. Hey, let's throw the Mexicans under the bus. Fuck you. No. Now, will I go out there and protest for them? No, because there's a whole, again, the shit is fractured on the left. And there's a whole lot of conversations that need to be had. But I will tell you this, and I will continue to maintain it as long as my ass lives. I am not ever going to fucking compromise my humanity for unity, for a win. I'm not doing it. And any candidate that wants me to, fuck you. Any policy that is trying to make me do it, Fuck you. I stand 10 toes down on that. Now, if a motherfucker can't match my energy from the other side, I don't want him around. I don't want to talk to him. I don't need to talk to him. I'm not coming to the table and go, well, okay, yeah, the trans people are a problem. Fuck you.
This is all I got from this video. So white people think they are at risk for speaking about racism. So to them, they are at risk. People ask them, or people worry about them doing this work. Who worries actually? Let me start with that one. Who worries about them doing this work? Because at this point in time, I cannot believe this, that they are at risk. Now you see one of the reasons why. Oh no. So black people are not the ones that are at risk. Let me start with that. So black people are not the ones that are at risk if you are at risk. She said if they are at risk, you can imagine, I understand how hard or how bad it would be for people that look like me. But you people still look for a way. Oh, you know that it is at risk. And you people still look for a way to call black people to come and help you. You still look for a way to use PUERTO revolution to drag black people into helping you out. You still look for a way to call black people to come and save democracy. They still look for a way to call black people to help them get things done. Oh, so they know they are at risk. And black people are also at risk. But they still cannot stop calling black people. I never knew. Never thought that you were at risk. Really? You know, this is also one of the reasons why I have been saying that my people are done and done for good. Not until they choose to come out. But for now, you all can go deal with it. I never knew that they knew also that my people are at risk, but they have been screaming, they have been calling, including Latinos, Asians, white people. You all knew that my people are at risk. You knew that you are at risk, but you will never stop calling my people to see them hurt outside there. That tells you the kind of people you've been dealing with. That tells you that they knew. That tells you that they understand. Stop making excuses for people. And they show you who they are. That is who they are. The truth is that you all voted for who you voted for this administration, and you knew why you voted for the person you voted for this administration. And still, after knowing who you voted for this, the last edition, and you're still looking for a way to still say that they are not doing the right thing, or they are not sincerely speaking. White people are who they say they are, and that is on a period. White people know who they are and they know what they are doing. That's one of the reasons why PUERTO revolution, you all were able to dictate that black people do not want. Black people have fought for your freedom, for your safety, for everything. What have you fought for black people? What have you fought for black people? What have you given them that is tangible, that you can say that what can you say that you've done for them that they can always remember, aside from heartache, problem, looking for a way to set somebody up? If it were not for black people, I am sure majority of the things some of them have today, they will not have it. But that is a story for another day. They know how risky or how black people are at risk when they go out there but they will continue to call black people to go out there. So why see, I won't lie to you. Anybody that will, or anybody that is setting you up to go and stand outside, the truth is that this administration is wild. The truth is that the day that they will see more than 200 or 300 black people, or even 50 at a particular place, be ready for martial law. This is something they've been wanting to put or enact, but black people have been dodging them. I love the fact that black people are so woke. They are very aware. They know what is going on. They understand what is happening to them, and they look for a way to avoid some certain things. Just like the one that said, why are black people still going to work? Like you are going to feed them if they've stopped going to work. You all be playing too much. I would draw the curtain here. Bye for now.